Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to give an overview on the quote line editor field sets in Salesforce CPQ. A field set is essentially a collection of fields from a single object, and they help in managing how fields are displayed in the user interface. In this case, the user interface being the quote line editor. On the quote line editor, you can see the different columns that we have displayed: product code, product name, quantity. These columns that we're currently viewing are a part of what's called the line editor field set. So I'm going to navigate to where we can find this field set setting in the setup menu. From setup, navigate to object manager. From here in the search box, we're going to type quote line, and we're going to click on the quote line object. From this list on the left hand side, we're going to click on the field sets tab. As you can see, we have several field sets out of the box. The description column on the far right is helpful if you're ever unsure about the purpose of each field set. We'll go ahead and click Line Editor. So I'm actually going to make this a split screen with the quote line editor. If we look at this side by side, you can see that each of the fields in the field set match the columns in the quote line editor. So we have product code and product code, product name, product name. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to add another field to the field set. And I'll also move one of the fields further down the list, and then I'll click Save. So now that I've made those changes, if we refresh the quote line editor, you'll see that the quote line editor now has the billing type as a column, and the product name column was moved further to the right. So again, the field set that we just edited was for the quote line object, but what if we wanted to change the fields displayed above the quote lines, such as start date, end date, additional discount? These fields are also determined by a field set called line editor, but instead of being on the quote line object, that field set is actually on the quote object. So we'll navigate back to setup, we'll click on object manager. In the quick find box, we'll type in quote, and then we'll click on the quote object. Again, we'll navigate to the Field Sets tab, and then click on Line Editor. Just as we saw with the previous Line Editor field set, we have all the fields displayed in the quote line editor at the top here. I'm going to go ahead and add the account industry field to this list, and then click Save. So if we refresh the quote line editor, we can see that the account industry field was added to the top here. So there's one last field set that I wanted to show you in this video, and that's the field set that changes the fields in the quote line drawer. So if you're on a quote line and you click this drop down, you'll see that there's various fields within the quote line drawer. These fields are determined by a field set on the quote line object. So we'll navigate back to the quote line object in setup. From object manager, we'll type in quote line, click on field sets, and the name of the field set that controls the quote line drawers is called standard line item drawer. So instead of adding a field, I'm just going to remove the optional field and then click Save. And then if we refresh the quote line editor and then we open up the drawer, you'll see that that optional checkbox is no longer present in the quote line drawer. So in summary, field sets help you manage how fields are displayed in the user interface, and the field sets that we went over in this video are ways to edit the columns and fields displayed on the quote line editor. So that's all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video.